narrow streets to funnel the wind off the bay into the city to keep it cool. All of the houses in the city were of an open-air design. The first homes were built by the Spanish in the first Spanish occupation or first Spanish period, and they were one-story stone or concrete houses. They'd have bars on the windows to let the air in to cool the home. You'll see an example of that coming up at Manly's tour, Manly Toys and Hobbies, which is up here on the left. Also, the Spanish always had a courtyard, so you didn't have doors that opened right up onto the street. This was a safety measure. You'd have to enter through the courtyard and then enter the home. Also made for a nice, relaxing place to sit. Enjoy the weather here in St. Augustine. There's an example of the bars that were on the windows, allowing the cool air in. Of course, it also allowed all manner of critters to slither in, fly in, crawl into bed with you. This is stop number 7. I follow the street on your 22-stop tour of St. Augustine. Now we're at the intersection of St. George Street. St. George Street is the main pedestrian thoroughfare in Old Town. So you'll find all sorts of shops, bars, and restaurants all up and down St. George Street. And we'll move on. Stop number 8. Make plenty of noise so we don't have any pedestrians walk in front of the trolley. Here's a great example of that Spanish architecture, the Columbia restaurant, the oldest Spanish restaurant in Florida. During the British period, now the British came and they put a second story on the houses here. So they did allow their doors to open onto the street because they typically have someone sitting up high that can see any danger headed up or down the street. The streets, besides being narrow for funneling the wind, they were narrow and curvy as a matter of defense. So the invading armies from Europe at the time liked to march in formation. That's really difficult to do on a street this narrow, and as the street would curve around, the Spanish could lay in wait for any invaders. You find yourself at the end of a musket or a cannonball. The Menorcans settled here and remained throughout the Spanish and British occupations, allowing us to claim that St. Augustine is the longest continuously inhabited European settlement in America.